What a glorious morning in every single way. Ran out along the road next to brand new sidewalk in places that I never imagined there being sidewalks. I was laughing to myself. I sat up last night, one of my videos from months back popped up, and it was episode number 200 something. And I remembered when I first started labeling my videos as episodes, I was embarrassed. It was about 40 or 50, and I thought, well, how long am I really going to do this? And now I'm at, 240 some odd episodes of this. And for the 3 or 4 of you that might watch this, I get a kick out of each one. I think this may be episode 242. I'm not sure. I'll check when I upload it. But I thought about the episodes that occur in our lives. The episodes that come on us that, that's what they used to call seizures when I first started having. The doctors called them episodes. I always thought that was better than fits or something like that kids at school might call them, but episodes, I always thought it was an interesting thing. When I think of episodes, I think most of us think of TV shows. How many episodes did Friends have? How many episodes did one show or the other, Bonanza, have? How many episodes did some TV show have? And I think about the episodes in our life when we look back. The episodes when I remember the first girl I kissed. Anyway, I think it was the first girl. Her name was Linda. She was really cute. I remember getting caught by her friend's dad French kissing with her. We were maybe the summer after 6th grade. I guess we were boyfriend and girlfriend for a while. I don't know what happened to the end of it. Somewhere along through there, it stopped. But I remember going on hikes with her and holding hands. Because there are a lot of people that you might kiss with. And I remember I don't remember most of the people, girls I've kissed, but I remember a bunch of them. But I think, those kisses, they could be those private displays of affection. Those times when maybe you went out at the church I grew up in, there was an alley out behind it. We might go out to the alley behind the church, or, we might go someplace in the woods if we were at camp, or we might go someplace on Recreation Park and make out, or El Dorado Park and make out. And kissing could be that kind of private episode within our lives. But then there was holding hands. And I think holding hands is something uniquely wonderful about it. Because that's that public display of, this is the person I'm with. This is when our fingers intertwine sometimes just palm against palm. Holding hands, kind of for the whole world to see when you're walking around shopping, when you're going along the pier, watching a sunset, when you're walking along the beach. Holding hands, there's something lovely about it. I like going to cultures. I like being in Mexico where people greet each other with a kiss. In the Bible, it says to greet each other with a holy kiss. We miss out on that in our culture, and I think that's sad here in the United States. I remember thinking to myself how odd it was when you would be in France, or when you'd be in Mexico, or someplace else where I'd be traveling, and you would see 2 people of the same sex holding hands, so often women. And I would think, well, are they lovers? What story? And then you realize, no, they're just friends. They're displaying their friendship, their love for each other, and just holding hands with each other as they go along. I remember as kids, you'd run along holding hands with one of your friends. And it's this outward public display of affection that may never lead to a kiss, that may never lead to a deep bond beyond this deep friendship that we share, but it's saying, this is the person that I'm connected to right now, and I draw strength from this person, and this person is giving strength to me as we hold hands, as we share with each other. It's enough to make me want to hold some of your hands right now. It's a lovely thing. It's an episode in our lives that I think too many of us let go of. We just let these times kind of slip away from us. Maybe I'm touched by it because I've been talking to so many lonely people on the telephone as I take Thanksgiving calls. And yesterday it was just all afternoon, one lonely person after the other. And I kid you not, by the end of the day, my heart was absolutely breaking. which is, I had a hard time even sounding bright on the phone, which I really try to sound bright on the phone when I'm talking to people. It made me want to go out to their houses and just hold hands with them for a while. It's one of the things a pastoral do in a pastoral visit. You'll reach out and say, let's pray together, and hold hands when you pray. Because there's that episode, that connection, that belonging to each other. So many of you, as you prepare for Thanksgiving, you're thinking about what you're thankful for. And some of you will be fortunate enough to have Thanksgiving dinner with friends or family. Some of you will sit down, you might go around the table and ask, what are you thankful for this year? And then some of you may even reach out your hands to each other and form a circle as you sit at the table, and before you eat, say grace, holding hands with each other. Why would you hold hands? What really is the point in this moment of holding hands, other than to experience this episode of grace, this episode of thanksgiving, this episode of love? For me, I guess this is my 65th Thanksgiving, my 32nd here in Riverside at Central Community. For some of you, you've been more like a tumbleweed. Your Thanksgivings have kind of bounced along, and you don't remember all of the place. I've been in one spot for a long time. It's given my family, it's given me, it's given Debbie, it's given us secure roots. And it's given us, as we reach out to people who are hurting and lonely, a confidence to extend our hands and say, if you're lonely, if you're hurting, hold hands with me. Let's share the love in this episode of Thanksgiving. Hey, if you're lonely, if you're hurting, if Thanksgiving is only filled with heartbreak for you, this episode of love is waiting for us. We're not going to sneak out and make out in the alley behind the church, or run up out onto a night hike, or do anything like that. But you know what we can do? Is we can hold hands. We can hold hands around the table, and we can experience that episode of deep public display of affection and say we belong to each other, and we're thankful for that. And that's how we step apart from this life of mediocrity that the world draws us into, thinking that somehow money and things are going to make us happy. They're not. They're going to give us fun. And then I was talking with a friend yesterday at lunch, and he said, you do that one big thing, and then you wake up the next morning and think, yeah, so what's next? And that's true. It doesn't matter what it is, jumping out of an airplane, buying that new car, whatever. You wake up that next morning and say, yeah, what's next? And pretty soon you just run out of what's next. This is the thing you don't run out of. The joy of extending your hand, of holding hands with someone else in love, and letting them know that you really care in this public display of affection, saying, doesn't matter to me who's watching. I am so thankful for you. We stop being mediocre, and we start experiencing the miracle of all creation that God has created us for. And you were created to be not mediocre, but miraculous. Hey, be the miracle today. I'm so thankful to share this episode of my life with you. I wish you were here to finish this run with me. It's a glorious morning. We could run it holding hands. Wouldn't that be fun? People could go by and say, hey, those runners are holding hands. They're guys, they're girls. What's the story? Isn't that Pastor Eric? We could give them something to start talking about. Just holding hands on this run. Enjoy your day. Hold hands with someone.